Hey, welcome back to Living MN Outdoors, and thanks for joining us for this week's fishing report. We'll cover Mille Lacs Lake, Leech Lake, and Lake Winnibigoshish. But before we get into the fishing report, like usual, just want to talk to you about a few things. If you use any of the resorts mentioned in the fishing report, please let them know that you saw it on Living MN Outdoors. And if you catch some nice fish out on any of the 3 lakes, take some pictures and send them to our email at livingmnoutdoors@gmail.com. But with that being said, let's get into today's report. So let's start off with our weather for this weekend. Not going to be the best weather ever, but on Friday we're going to start off with temps in the mid to upper teens, but it's going to be windy, about 15 to 25 mile per hour winds. Then on Saturday it's going to cool off, highs near 0. But the wind is going to die down and just have light winds on Saturday. Then on Sunday it's going to warm up a little bit. It's going to be a high of around 10 degrees and the wind's going to pick up a little bit, back up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So overall, not a terrible weekend, but not the best weather either. So let's start out up on Leech Lake out of Horseshoe Bay Lodge. I talked to Austin today. He said the bite is starting to really pick up there. They're catching walleye, perch, tulipy, pike, and some really big burbot. Now he said the best walleye bite is in that 12 to 18 feet of water. They're doing really good, catching some really nice big walleyes. Now for the walleye bite, he said that the best lures have been glow red jigs and plain red hooks on rattle reels, tip-ups, and dead sticks. But during those prime time hours, make sure you're jigging big glow spoons and tip them with a head of a fathead minnow. Now he said the perch and tulipes, they're starting to see a lot of those, and they're catching those in 28 to 40 feet of water. He said if you can stay mobile, you're going to pick up more fish, but they're catching some really nice perch and some really nice tulipes. Now for this weekend, there's no restrictions on vehicles and wheelhouses. All combinations are welcome. Their roads are in good shape. They've been working really hard to keep them open during these high winds. And Austin did tell me that they'll have anywhere from 200 to 250 pre-plowed chutes, both in walleye territory and out in that tulipy and perch territory. So plenty of spots. Now if you're looking to rent a fish house out of Horseshoe Bay Lodge, they are partnered with J&K Marine out of Walker. So if you want to rent a fish house, I know the weekends are really booked up, but they have some midweek availability. So go ahead and give Kim a call from J&K Marine. Now if you're looking to stay on shore, Horseshoe Bay Lodge has lots of varieties of rooms, hotel rooms, cabins, condos, whatever you're looking for, they have it for you. Along with that, they have a great bar and restaurant. So if you're up there, make sure you stop in, get some food and a drink. Now, if you guys are looking for a guided trip on Leech Lake, go ahead and check out Leech Lake Guide Team LLC. Austin is part of that along with 5 other local guides. So go check them out on Facebook or at their website. So if you guys are looking to get up to Leech Lake this weekend, go ahead and give Cam or Austin a call from Horseshoe Bay Lodge. Alright, now let's move over to Lake Winnibigoshish. I talked to Chad from the Pines Resort today. They've been working really hard to open back up their roads. There was a lot of drifting from the strong winds, but he said it's looking like the roads are going to be in good shape for this coming weekend. Now they have a lot of ice out there. There's no restrictions on vehicles or wheelhouses, so bring up any combination you have. Now as far as fishing goes, he said that the bite has really been picking back up since the last cold snap. He said that 18 to 24 feet of water has been the best, and he said that it's still a evening and overnight bite, and the best technique has been small white, red, and pink jigs or plain red hooks tipped with rainbows, fatheads, or shiner minnows. Now he did say that the jigging bite has been improving. He said he would recommend using just a jig over a spoon and tip that with a minnow head or a full fathead. Now Chad also told me that there's been a really good perch bite. He said you can catch them all day long. He said the best spot to find perch right now are out on the flats. I asked him what baits to use. He said minnows have been working a lot better than waxworms. So use a small jig, small jigging spoon tipped with a minnow head. Now at the Pines Resort, they're still not allowing plows out. So if you're planning on heading up there with a plow, you're probably going to have to drop it on shore. A lot of the plows have caused a lot of issues out on the lake. So if you can, leave your plow at home, or you might be asked to drop it at the landing. Now if you're looking to rent a cabin or a fish house, their weekends are booked up, but they do have some midweek availability. So if that fits your schedule, go ahead and give them a call and book up that as soon as possible. Now if you are up there, they do have a full bar and restaurant, so make sure you go up there, get something to eat and drink, and just enjoy your time while you're out fishing. Now I also talked to the neighboring resort over at Tamarack Lodge. They basically mimicked everything that Chad told me for the Pines Resort, and they do share a plowed road system. So if you're planning on getting up to Lake Winnibigoshish this weekend, you can use either the Pines Resort or Tamarack Lodge. Alright, now let's move south down to Mille Lacs Lake. I talked to Sheila from Barnacles Resort and Campgrounds today. She said they've been really busy cleaning up the roads after the winds, tons of drifting, tons of blowing snow. But she said their roads are going to be open this weekend and they're in really good shape. There's no more bridges out on their roads, so travel is a lot easier. She said their roads are plowed out to the Sands, Rock Piles, East Flats, and Barnacle Flats. Now fishing has been a little bit tougher out there, but if you can stay mobile, you have a lot better chance of getting on some really nice fish. They've been picking up some big walleyes, big perch, and even a few of those keepers in that 21 to 23 inch range. Now the best jigs out there have been rattle baits in either orange, green, or perch pattern, but make sure you're utilizing your second line and use a plain red hook tipped with a shiner, rainbow, or a small sucker minnow. Now Barnacles Resort and Campground, they have a full bar and restaurant, so if you're up there, make sure you stop in, get something to eat and drink. And their fish houses are booked up for the rest of the year on the weekends, but they do have some midweek availability. So if that works for you, go ahead, give them a call and book one of those fish houses up. So if you're looking to get up to the north end of Mille Lacs Lake this weekend, go ahead and give Sheila a call from Barnacles Resort and Campground. Now moving to the southwest corner of Mille Lacs Lake, Randy's Rentals. I talked to Randy today. He said they've been really struggling to keep the roads open, but he said they're going to be in good shape for this weekend. He said he has Blue City open, Indian Point open, and the south tip of Sherman's Flat will be open to wheelhouses, and then the finger out on Sherman's Flat will be open for trucks and portables. Now there's no restrictions on trucks and wheelhouses out to Blue City, Indian Point, or the south tip of Sherman's Flat. Now fishing out there, it has been picking up with the warmer temps lately. Make sure you're utilizing your second line like usual. That plain red hook has been the best bet, but use a rattle spoon, call those fish in, and you might capitalize on a trophy walleye. Now Randy did mention that he does have fish house availability for the last 3 weekends in February. So if you want to book a fish house on Mille Lacs Lake, make sure you give Randy a call and book up one of his houses and have yourself a great time. So if you guys are looking to get out on the southwest corner of Mille Lacs Lake this weekend, go ahead and give Randy a call from Randy's Rentals. Alright guys, well the ice fishing season is starting to wind down, although we do have some really good late ice still yet to fish, but I want to remind you that fishing opener is coming up in May and these resorts are filling up fast. So if you want to book an open water fishing trip, make sure you go ahead and book up a cabin now, book your guides, do whatever you need to take care of to get that trip booked. Now we did just launch a new merchandise line, so if you guys want to check that out, we'll leave a link down in the description. We got t-shirts, hoodies, tumblers, coffee mugs, stickers, whatever you're looking for, you'll probably find it on there, and we really appreciate all of the support we've been getting on the merch store. So I hope you guys will tune in next Thursday for next week's fishing report. But as always, don't forget to get on out there and get living.